This is not just any packing video. I am so excited for today because I am giving you a packing video for one of my ultimate bucket list trips. This summer, I'm turning 40. And I figured it would be really fun to celebrate my birthday with Brian and 12 other friends on my favorite continent, which is Africa. We are going to be headed to Rwanda and Uganda to not only do a bunch of safari game drives, but we're also going to be doing 3 different primate treks. That's right, trekking in nature to spend time with mountain gorillas, chimpanzees, and golden monkeys. This has been on my bucket list for so long, and I am so beyond thrilled to go and to take you with me. So of course, Brian and I will be packing in a carry-on and a personal item, and we're actually going to be packing in bags that aren't typical for us. I had the opportunity to review brand new bags from BagSmart that are actually roller backpacks. I am packed in this one, and Brian is packed in this one. Brian really prefers a backpack, and I kind of like that these are hybrid. We'll be able to roll when I want to roll, but then really there's times that a backpack can be really useful. So I really did think that these could be nice, and bonus, they come in safari colors. So in this video, you're actually going to get a sneak peek of these bags. My review is coming out next week, and the bags aren't even on the internet yet. So real quick, we are going to be hopefully putting out daily vlogs, and I want to show you guys everything. The safari game drives, the 3 different treks, the food and the lodges, the bumpy roads, and I want to introduce you to all of my friends. So be sure you're subscribed, turn on notifications, and please watch the daily vlogs. I am so excited to do them for you, and I'm really going to probably put in a lot of effort. So thank you in advance for watching. Soon after I get back, I will have this trip for sale for you to come with me next year in 2026. Okay, so let's get started with this packing video. If you are going on a once-in-a-lifetime safari trip, or if you're just interested to see how I can pack all of that stuff, plus a camera lens that's about this big into a carry-on and a personal item, this video is for you. Let's get started. All right, guys, pop quiz. What is the first thing that you do when you start to prepare to pack for a trip? Anyone? If you said look at your itinerary and the weather forecast, then you are correct. What I had to do is figure out basically what I was doing every day and what the weather was going to be like so that I could really envision my outfits and see all of the little things that I needed to pack. So without going over my exact itinerary, let me just tell you that I have to pack for 3 different treks through the jungle and the mud, 4 different game drives where it could be dusty, chilly, or hot. We have a few city and village tours where you want to be comfortable to walk around, but also dressed respectfully. I also have a lot of really long, bumpy car rides, so I'm going to want to be comfortable, but also a couple of outfits just for chilling in the lodge. I packed a couple of cute things for my friends and I to wear when we have dinner. And then we have 2 bonus days in Egypt. We are flying Egypt Air, and we have 16 hours on the way there and 16 hours on the way back in Egypt. So yes, we're going to leave the airport, we're going to explore, we're going to sightsee, and I'm going to have outfits to wear there in 100-degree heat, and it has to be packed in my personal item to change at the airport. In terms of weather, I'm assuming it's just going to be pretty hot, but we will be in the mountains and in the highlands for a little bit where that could definitely be cold. And the first time we ever went on a safari for our honeymoon in 2021, I remember being freezing in the morning. I actually made a video of 5 packing mistakes I made on my safari, and that was one of the biggest things. This is how I was dressed, and this is how I should have been dressed, because I was freezing. So your second step to any vacation pack is to make a packing list. You guys know I always do this on Excel, and this is immediately what I do when I book a trip and start thinking about everything. My list is color coordinated. I have clothes, accessories, electronics, toiletries, plain bag, important stuff. Sometimes I make more columns, and I love that I can just keep adding to it. Okay, so let's talk about the outfits. So with a safari type of trip, it's no secret that you're encouraged to wear earth tone type of colors. They don't want you to wear black or blue because of tsetse flies. They don't want you to wear red and yellow and orange and fluorescent colors because they want you to blend in with the nature so that the animals are more natural. Now, do you have to do that? No, it's not like they're going to do a fit check as you're walking into the national park. So all I'm saying is don't necessarily go buy yourself a whole new wardrobe, but do try to stay a little bit more muted. I think that different fabrics are going to be more important. When I show you my clothes, you're going to see a lot of merino wool. You are going to see some linen. You are going to see a lot of quick, dry, really lightweight clothes as well. And of course, I always pack a capsule wardrobe because you can grab any shirt and any pair of pants and they're going to match. I know you want options. I do too. This is the best way to do it. However, I did have a little bit of a different approach as well. I picked 2 trekking outfits that are only going to be for those treks. And I probably have the opportunity to do laundry if the clothes get really dirty. Now, I remember on my very first safari, when I came home and made that packing mistake video, one of the things that I really took note of was that I could have worn the exact same safari outfit every single day. I packed for 3-day safari, like 3 safari outfits. I could have worn the same outfit or at least the same pair of pants 3 different times. And as long as you have the right fabrics, you can totally rewear stuff. Now, as for Brian, it's a lot harder to find him the most appropriate clothes for a safari. He wears a size 3X tall, and sadly enough, there's not a lot of merino wool or really performance type of clothes in his size. So we ended up just being very mindful of a capsule wardrobe for him, and if we need to wash stuff and lay it out overnight, that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and check out the fashion montage, my favorite part of the video. Wait, we should show Brian's fashion show too. Hit it, Brian. Takes his modeling job very seriously. All right, it's time to pack. So first things first, let's talk packing cubes. Now, the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure to do was to have 2 different color packing cubes, one for me and one for Brian. So these are the 2 different sizes I'm going to be working with today. This is the biggest one, and it's going to hold my entire capsule wardrobe. And this is their smallest one. This is going to hold my 2 trekking outfits. And then I also packed an additional one of these with my change of clothes for my Egypt layover. And I did the exact same way of packing for Brian as well. So these are my trekking clothes. 2 different trekking outfits going in there, and I'm not going to compress it. Now let's pack the capsule wardrobe. You always want to create the shape of the packing cube first and then pack upwards from there. Now the whole shape of the packing cube is intact. So now we'll start to build upwards. And just when you think that this is done and needs to be zipped, we still have room for more. Maggie May, you're so beautiful. You guys know that one of my biggest rules is to only pack 2 pairs of shoes. 1 to put in your suitcase and 1 to wear on the plane. If you need more than 2 pairs of shoes, then you didn't do your capsule wardrobe right. I'm sorry, but it's true. So on this trip, I am bringing 1 pair of sandals. They are just like walking on a cloud. They're like orthopedic. Totally screams I'm turning 40, right? But I'm also bringing these trekking shoes. They are totally waterproof and rugged. So they should be really good on the treks. Now, typically these are the ones I would wear on the plane because they're bulkier, right? It just makes sense. However, you guys remember that I have my long layover in Egypt, and I want to wear these. I don't want to have to go into my carry-on at all before I get to Rwanda. So these are going to be packed with all of my socks inside, and these are going to be on my feet. Will they take up more room? Yes. However, as much as it's a wonderful tip to wear your bulkiest pair on the plane, it's also a good tip to pack your bulkiest pair and then wear them on the plane on the way home so that you can have room for souvenirs. This is a nice cinched shoe bag. Could be a laundry bag. Could wear it as a little backpack. But BagSmart says it's a shoe bag, and they're gonna go in here. All right, so here is the bag from BagSmart. It is on wheels and you have backpack straps. Now, of course, these can be stowed underneath here, but I'm just leaving them out for now so that I can show you both ways. So let's start to pack. This is all the space inside. In this mesh part here, I'm going to put my bra, all my underwear, and my bathing suit. On the inside here is this little zippered pocket. I am going to put a beanie. Like I said, it was really cold when we went in 2021. Now, let's start putting all of our packing cubes in. The big guy is gonna go in the bottom. And this is the only thing I usually don't like about non-clamshell bags. I feel like 3/4 of the bag is taken up. It makes me crazy, but it's all gonna fit. And then we have the shoes, which I'm going to pack right side up. And then I have the trekking clothes, which I can actually pack facing up. It looks like there's not any more room, but there is. I have this stuff to throw in as well. My pajamas, which I always like to leave out anytime I get to my lodge, even if it's at 10 p.m. I can just easily grab my pajamas without even going into a packing cube. I do have my Living My Best Life hat. I have a little purse. I am waiting for another bag to come in the mail, but I'm not sure if it's going to arrive on time. So right now I have this one packed. I got it in Italy or Croatia, so that'll go right on top. And then this is my raincoat. It's Columbia. Now, of course, there's compression straps. Do you really need it? Who knows? And we'll zip it closed. Now, in this front pocket here, I do have my toiletry bag. I went super minimal with toiletries this time. I don't need to look glam for gorillas, but I do want to look put together. Tinted moisturizer, some blush, and some mascara. Pretty minimal hair care and minimal skin care. As for jewelry, I think I packed 1 extra pair of earrings. I have my rings and my necklace and my earrings that I wear just about every day. And then, of course, toothbrush, razor, that sort of thing. So that's gonna go in here, but I could also pack it in here and put this stuff in the front. Let's do that. Whew. Now this bag does have a secret RFID pocket here, a water bottle pocket here, another pocket here, and another pocket here. If this was the only bag I was bringing with me, I would totally take advantage of those. But this is my carry-on, and I'm going to have a personal item as well. Let's move on to Brian's bag. All right, I'm not gonna go as in-depth in Brian's bag as I did with my own. We have underwear here, not fully packed yet because this guy likes to buy new underwear before every trip, and he'll probably fill it with 4 or 5 more before we go. Here is his raincoat. It is also from Columbia. This is his packing cube for trekking clothes, just like me. These are Brian's shoes, and the man wears a size 13, and he also has decided to pack actual hiking boots, again from Columbia. So we opted to pack these in the carry-on as well. So again, if he needs to wear them on the way home, he can. These take up a lot more space. And then this is his packing cube with his whole capsule wardrobe that you saw in his little fashion montage. So that is how his bag is packed. His toiletries are basically just toothbrush, deodorant, and body wash, so they will just be packed with mine. Now, we both have safari hats. Both of them are from Amazon. This is actually one that I wore on my safari back in 2021. They say that it's packable, but I don't really ever risk it unless I'm packing it in my typical clamshell bag where I can pack it upside down and really keep its shape. And also, I probably will wear it in Egypt, so I'm going to wear it on the plane, or at least put it in the overhead bin while I'm traveling. And this is Brian's hat, which I actually really like and may steal from him if he's not wearing it. All right, so that is it for our roller backpack carry-ons, and now I just have to show you the personal items. Okay, so for personal items, I really went back and forth as to which type of backpacks I wanted to use. So I did choose these two bags. This has all of my camera gear, and this has change of clothes and plain essentials, stuff like that. Let's get into it, and let's start with camera gear. So when it came to my camera backpack, I do own, I think, 3 or 4 camera backpacks. And what I look for with that is the fact that all of my camera gear is going to stay safe. I need a spot for my laptop, and I do want a teeny bit of extra room just for essentials I may need on the plane. So this bag I actually got on Amazon a long time ago, before our very first safari in 2021. So this one's interesting. You can actually open up the flap so it looks kind of vintage, and it has this zipper here, and I have sunglasses, 2 pairs, and then this is my plain bag with all of the essentials I need in flight. I did leave this pocket fairly empty. I just have some pens in there. If I need to end up using these for anything, I will. It's a pretty slim pocket, and I don't want it to bulge out at all. So this is a nice padded back. It's padded for your comfort, but also padded because your laptop is in here. So this is padded and this is padded, and I have my laptop. I wish I didn't have to travel with a laptop, but I do. Obviously I'm vlogging, so I have to work. So in here is the camera gear. Oh, and the water bottle that I'm bringing that's probably about to fall out. So there's a double zipper. You just open it up, and here is all the camera gear. This portion here is everything that was accessible from the top. This, I have just packed a ton of different cords. Literally have to bring so many cords because I have to charge it all at night at once. And speaking of charging, I have 3 different universal chargers. I'm usually good with just 2, but I brought a 3rd one because I am traveling with Brian, and he is traveling with some electronics as well. This is just a little padded bag. I don't even know where I got it, but it has my external hard drives in it. And then this is a little bag that has microphones, camera cords, tripods, lighting, all sorts of stuff. 2 portable chargers. I might even pack a 3rd. I can probably charge my phone fully about 6 or 7 times with these blocks. However, when it finally runs out of juice, it takes a long time to get back to 100% charge. So I want to have 1 for me, 1 for Brian, and maybe 1 extra. This is not the trip to fool around with anything potentially running out of battery. And then this is one of my camera lenses. I actually made these little neoprene sleeves out of an old wetsuit for not only my lens, but also my camera and my GoPro and this big lens. This thing is heavy. This thing is going to be incredible, and I actually had to order a special holster to be able to carry it, and you guys will see that in the vlogs. So that is everything in my camera bag. Let me show you everything that's in Brian's bag. The only other thing I need to pack in terms of camera gear are my tripods. However, I am currently using them as I film this video, so just use your imagination. All right, so this is Brian's personal item, and you guys may recognize this from my Indonesia unpacking video. This is one of the Blast backpacks from BagSmart. So in the front, in this mesh compartment, I left it empty just in case I need to put my water bottle in there. That camera bag doesn't have the best water bottle situation. So if Brian has to carry mine in there, he will. In this pocket, I have our passport wallet, which has both of our passports and most importantly, both of our vaccination records. It is mandatory to have the yellow fever vaccine when going to Uganda and Rwanda. So we are most likely going to have to show this either before we board our flight to Rwanda or when we arrive. So we need to have that in there. In this top portion, we have this really cool new charger that we're going to try out. You can actually pull it like that and it's retractable, and it has USB-C and a lightning charger. So this is going to be really good for the plane if you need to charge your phone or something else. So we packed that in here. There's also normal plug-in headphones for the plane for seatback entertainment. And then this is a huge pill container. When I first ordered it, I was like, this is way too big. But on this trip, we have 14 people going. Maybe not everyone brought everything that they need, and everything is packed in here. Dramamine, news strips for sleeping, regular band-aids, blister band-aids, ibuprofen, headache medicine, something for your stomach, something for pain. Probably overkill being this big, but just want to be prepared. And then in the back, of course, is your laptop spot. And Brian just got a new laptop yesterday. Now, typically he wouldn't travel with a laptop, but we're going to be doing so much work on this trip, trying to put out those daily vlogs, that I'm probably going to need his help. So this is everything we have packed, and honestly, looking at it from the top, it looks like it's mostly snacks, which is pretty true. I have packed these two little foldable bags. They are super tiny, but then they become a big bag because Rwanda has banned single-use plastic. So we're bringing these because we do want to go get some snacks and everything from the market in Kigali before we start our 10-day road trip. I have some Mentos in here. In here we have Twizzlers. These aren't for the plane. These are actually for safari. We ate Twizzlers on our last safari, and I just want to keep the tradition alive. This is a reusable plastic baggie full of Swedish fish because we love to snack. All of our liquids are in here. Shampoo, conditioner, sunscreen, body wash for each of us, face sunscreen, moisturizer, an anti-sweat lotion for Brian, deodorant, and toothpaste. And this is the TSA bag that comes with the Trip Travel Gear toiletry case. Last but not least, we have two more packing cubes, and in here we both have our change of clothes for Egypt. An extra outfit, shower wipes, and extra underwear. And of course, Brian has a water bottle too. All right, guys, there you have it. Our carry-ons and personal items for our 2-week trip to Africa. I really hope that that was helpful to really show you everything if you're packing for your own safari or primate trek experience, which, by the way, I think everybody should do once in their lifetime. Again, I will be vlogging every day of this trip. Hopefully, Wi-Fi will allow me to do so. And of course, I will do an unpacking video when I get home. Did I not pack something that I should have? What are the souvenirs that I bought? What would I do for next time? And I think that is a really helpful video if you are indeed going on a trip like this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the first of many vlogs for this trip. Welcome to Africa. Let's go explore.